this in your exam?
No, it's just a past paper.
From Islamia?
No, I think it's
What's in your
Heartland.
exam? Oh wow. Stop that.
No, it's just a past paper.
Yeah.
I think it's from 25.
Okay. So you need help with the third question, but I want you imagine, Amaro, there's somebody watching this video and they don't really understand circle geometry. So can you just read the question and explain to that person how you got to the first two questions? So remember I taught you guys when you read the statement, you must see keywords. So I want you to try and do that here.
Okay, so the question says the diagram shows circle center M with the equation x.
Knew that.
Yeah.
That's my bad. Sorry. I on my laptop actually. So don't
Okay,
forget,
so what
don't
they
forget your
told us,
salah, guys. Okay, yeah.
what they've told us is that we have a center coordinate which is M.
This is on the
So
YouTube, so let's just start again, right? Let's cut it. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, start
the
again.
diagram shows circle center M with the equation x plus 2 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals to 25. So basically, that is the equation of the circle, and we know that the center is M. So therefore, with just this information, we already know the radius and we already know the center coordinates. So the center coordinates is minus 2 and 1 because it is given in the equation.
Yes, well done. That was beautiful.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And what's the
And
radius?
the radius is 5 because it's equal to 25, and then it's the square root of 25, which is equal to 5.
Okay.
Then it says, and circle center W, A, and B. So we don't know what that is, what the center is. And they tell us the circles touch at the point P. So this is a very, very important information. And they do give us the point P. So we can use that while answering the second question as well.
But
And they
you
also said, and they also have a common tangent and SP. Now that is also one of the most important give us because we can then use it to all. Yeah.
just repeat that again, Amaro. I think the mic was. Did you guys hear, Amaro? Do you want to just repeat that part about the tangent?
No, you guys.
What did
Sorry,
you say?
I didn't hear it.
Just repeat that part about the tangent.
Oh, I just said, and they have a common tangent and SP. Now, that is also one of the most important informations given, because with that information, we can then, it will be easier for us to find the tangent 5.2, but obviously we'll go there now. But it's just...
What else do you know about tangents? What are the three tangent theorems that we know about?
One of them is that it is perpendicular.
To what?
To the radius. So there's a 90 degrees angle there. Yeah.
And what's the second theorem of tangents?
The angle between the tangent and the line is equal to the interior opposite.
Angle between the tangent and the chord. So
sorry, the chord, yeah.
Chord. But the third one, what's the third one? It's on a hot summer's day at the beach. Where did you go last week?
The ice cream cone.
Okay.
The ice cream tangents from the same point are equal or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Angles from the same
Tangents
point.
drawn from the same point are equal. Okay, but we don't have that here. I'm just trying to get you guys to think like this, right? So we see tangent, think of the three tangent theorems. Okay. The coordinates of M, we've got it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And then the equation of the tangent.
Okay, so we have the point, the coordinates for the point M, and we have the coordinates for the point P. So therefore, we just do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and then we can get it.
What do you? They want the equation of the tangent. So why is this? Why are you doing this?
Because if we get the tangent of MP, we can like
There's no tangent. No, MP is not tangent.
sorry, we can get the gradient of MP. It is it is the same as the gradient. Oh, no, sorry. We just have to like change the reciprocals and change the sign to get the gradient of NSP. But I forgot how to explain. There's a better way of explaining it.
So something, I think a nice phrase is negative inverse.
Yeah.
Negative inverse is a nice phrase. So what's the gradient of MP?
Negative 3/4.
Negative 3/4. So what's the gradient of the tangent?
4/3.
4/3.
Right. So you've got a gradient and we have a point. So we can work out the equation now, right?
Yes.
So what you're going to do to work out the equation?
Y is equal to mx plus c. And then we can substitute the gradient, which is 4/3.
Yes.
X plus c. And then we have the point P, which is 2 and negative 2. So we can substitute that in x and y.
Yes.
And then we solve for c.
Sanile, we are recording it, so don't worry, okay? Okay, so what did you get for C?
Just a sec. Minus 14/3 is equal to C. So therefore, it's y is equal to 4/3 x minus 14/3.
Great. Okay. Everybody following so far? Okay.
Yes.
Now, Amaro, I want you to read the third question for me.
Okay, so it says the point W is such that MP to MW is equal to 1 to 3. So that's the ratio given. And then it says determine the coordinates of W and the equation of the larger circle.
So how can you use this statement here to help you?
So we can say MP is 1, and then PW, oh no.
I think to
Can't you use
find the
the
radius of PW, we would minus pi. No, sorry. No,
So,
we don't do that.
So you can say MW is equal to 15 since MP is 5.
And then we
PW is
minus
15.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense? So if the ratio is 1:3, then if MP is 5, then MW 15. Amaro, do you see that?
Yes.
What does that make PW?
10.
10. Good.
Okay, we have the radius.
Okay, so do you see how them just telling you this, you've now got information? Do you see how we've translated that into English to help us here? Do you guys see that?
Yes.
This math is a language. Okay, so, and my question to you is the gradient of PW the same as the gradient of MP?
No.
You must explain your answer. Anyone?
Gradients are equal if the lines are parallel.
Yes, are the lines parallel?
No.
Why not?
Because it
Say why
doesn't.
not?
Tell us. So they're parallel. And also they don't look
They don't tell
parallel
you it's
as well.
parallel, but I'm asking you, can you prove that they're parallel?
Maybe.
Anyone?
No. And no.
Okay. Ayan?
Okay, only if we can prove the gradients are equal, then we can prove that they're parallel.
Yes, but now my
But
question
I
is, can
don't.
you prove the gradients are equal? Or the
Not yet.
Yeah, because we don't even have W's coordinate.
you can, because they've got a common tangent.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah.
No, I still didn't see.
Because the tangent, you will have the tangent's gradient, and then because we have the tangent's gradient, we can get the gradient of this radius PW.
Isn't the tangent perpendicular to the radius?
Yeah.
So if the tangent is to this circle and that circle, then that means that it's perpendicular to both this and this,
Yeah.
which means that those other two gradients must be the same. Do you see that? Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So therefore, that's why you can see that MW is just one line. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's just one line. MPW is just one line because they have the same gradient. They're collinear. 3 points are collinear. So how can we work out the coordinates of W?
Can you use the equation of the circle and then sub in P's coordinates? I don't know if you can do that, but I mean, and then for the y value, and then you can sub in the equation of the tangent into it.
You're very close, but no.
Okay.
You see,
Because you said that the points are collinear, I think we use the gradients
The gradient formula, yeah. Can't you use the
or something.
x2 minus x1 formula? Then you make the gradient equal to the formula. Then you solve for x and y, which is a and b.
so now we have to formulate a plan now. So like, I want somebody to give me a strategy. What's the? It's like you're going to fight in the battle. You know, like what's the plan of action? You know, like you guys go to Claremont. You know, Cavendish. You guys used to go to that. You know, what's the POA? You know, I don't know. Maybe I should go to New Metro. You know, maybe watch that movie. No, you're gonna say no. We're gonna watch that movie. We're gonna go there. Then we're gonna go to McDonald's. Then we're gonna go there. You know, you guys know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does it make sense? So the same thing with maths. You have to have a plan. So I want to know what is your plan for this to solve.
Can't we say we know that y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is equal to 4 over 3? But we do have one of the points, which is 2 and negative 2. We just need to
Wait,
find
would
that
we
one.
equate it to 4 over
But then we
3 or
won't have
3
A and
over
B.
negative 3 over 4?
So,
Yeah.
okay, so somebody just so you said something.
When we equate the gradient formula to the actual gradient, do we use 4 over 3 or negative 3 over 4?
It's 4 over... Oh, yeah, I think
Isn't
it's
it negative
negative
3
3
over
over 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the gradient of PW is negative 3 over 4. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could say y2 minus y1 of x2 is minus x1 must equal 3 over 4, minus 3 over 4. Do you see that?
Yes.
So minus 2 minus y over 2 minus a, or x, sorry. Maybe we should replace it as a and b, just to be more
Make it
consistent.
easier.
Equals minus 3 over 4. So we have one equation, right? What's the other equation?
there. The equation of the tangent.
The equation of the
They-
circle.
There is an easier way actually than doing the gradient. Do you agree that W lies on this
Because
line?
the lines are intersecting. Okay.
W
Yes.
lies on this line. What's the equation of this line?
Y is equal to 4 over 3x minus 14 over 3.
No, that's the tangent. What's
Oh,
the
so
equation
which line? What? Oh,
of this line? You can work it out easily because you've got 2 points. What's the equation of the line? And then you will start to unravel. What's the equation of the line?
Y is equal to negative 3 over 4 plus 7 over 4.
Okay, y equals negative 3 over 4 plus 7 over 4.
Yeah.
So if you sub in 2, it's minus 6 over 4. Is that right?
I got 5 over 2 for C.
Minus 3 over 2 plus 5 over 2.
Oh, no, never mind.
2 over 2.
Must be mine.
Did you, wait, did you not? Didn't. What did you guys get? Anybody try it again? Y minus
I got minus a half.
minus a half.
Same.
Yeah.
Minus half.
Okay, so y, that kind of does look right. So y equals minus 3 over 4x plus minus a half.
Yep.
Right. What else do we know about W? Look at what they've done here.
mm,
Why do you think they told you this? How can you use this to help you? Nafisa, it's very similar. Is Nafisa still here?
the distance, I think.
What did you
Yes,
ask?
now how can you use the distance?
Oh.
When you think distance, what must you always think about?
Hmm.
Distance formula.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the distance between P and W?
We can calculate. Oh,
Isn't it 10?
it's
Oh.
10.
10.
10.
So it's going to be d squared, which is 100, equals the change in the x values, which is 2 minus a, right? Plus squared, plus the change in the y's, which is minus 2 minus b squared. But if we were just a bit clever, let's just change this to x and y.
We can use the equation to just substitute it in there, then we only have like one variable to solve for.
Do you all see that? You substitute that for y in here.
Mm.
Nafisa, does this remind you of a previous question?
Yeah, we did it like in the last live session.
Nafisa, do you remember this one? Alia, does it make sense, Sabiha?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let us substitute. So whenever they give you distance, you must think distance formula, okay, guys? Okay,
Yes.
Minus 2 minus y, but y is minus 3 over 4, so it'll be plus 3 over 4x plus half squared. And that simplifies to 3 over 4x minus 2 plus half squared. Do you see now? Okay, so who's going to expand this for me? Man? Man? Oh, anyone? 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 Amaro?
So it's 4
Yeah.
minus 2x minus 4x plus x squared.
Okay, and Alia, the second bracket?
9 over x squared minus 9 over 4x, and then
9 over 16x squared.
plus
9 over 16.
yes, 9 over 16 squared minus 9 over 4x, and then plus 9 over 4.
Okay. Minus 9 over 4. No, 8. Minus 9 over 8. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So how can we simplify this? It's just like terms now, right? Guys, I want you to talk. Jan, Uzair, you guys are very quiet. Sabiha?
Must I add it up? Okay. 25 over 16x squared,
Mm.
and then sorry, and then minus 25 over 4x, and then plus 4.
Equals 100. Or do you take the 100 over?
Oh, sorry. Yes, you take the 100 over. So it's going to be 4 minus 100 plus 9 over 4. And it's going to be minus 375 over 4. That's so long.
How can you deal with this?
The minus b plus minus equation.
Without doing. I mean, you can multiply by 16. Okay, fine. Just to save you from your misery, we can use the quadratic formula. There's no problem. Minus 25 over 4. Minus 375 over 4. We get 10 and minus 6. Which one is it?
10.
Why?
Isn't it minus
Because it's on the
6?
right hand side.
X value.
Yeah. The x value is on the right hand side,
Oh,
so
wait.
it has to be positive.
My next question to you, why did we get two answers? Nafisa,
Because we got a quadratic. Wait. I know this. Oh, because
Can I try?
x cuts the x-axis twice. That's why. No.
Can I try?
parabola is, but in the context of this picture, this graphical picture. Okay, try Naima.
Oh, never mind. I think it's wrong.
No, try.
I think it will give you the point where which has the same distance of 10. Is
And
it and
because there's lots of points that have a distance of 10 from, yeah,
Isn't
and
it
it's
that
on the
other
negative
circle?
side.
Sabiha, you said
Isn't
something?
it that other circle? Because if you look at from M to P, then it's 5, and then from M to the circumference of the circle, it's 10. So wouldn't that be okay? Never mind. That doesn't make sense.
Remember, I told you guys, you must understand the equation. So the equations. So when I said this equation here, when I'm writing down this equation, what am I actually saying to the calculator? My distance must be 10. I'm trying to find, and I've got 2 points, right? Because that's distance formula, 2 points. However, I'm looking to find the coordinates of a point which is 10 away from W, sorry, 10 away from P, and also lies on the line y equals minus 2 for x minus 12, minus 12. You see that?
There's another point
Oh, okay.
Do you agree that there is another, yeah, Iman said it, there's another point which would be 10 away from P and also lies on the line there. And that's minus 6. So do you see why you get 2 answers? Because your equation, you're just saying to the equation, listen, I want you to tell me the coordinates of a point which is 10 away from P, but because I'm subbing in this for Y, it must also be on this line, because it's simultaneous equation, right? Simultaneous. So the calculator doesn't know which one you want. So it gives you both. Do you see that? Hello? Sabiha? Zaid? Yeah, I'm on mute.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Now we can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, you guys are really quiet today. I don't know why quiet. Does this make sense? Do you does it make you more like enjoyable? Do you say does it make you appreciate maths more now that you understand?
Yeah, well, I can get this question now, so I'm happy if it comes in.
Okay, but it's not the
understand.
question that you must memorize. Don't memorize the
the way.
question, but it's the concept.
Mm.
Because we're not doing any new maths here. Do you guys agree? There's no new maths here. Amaro?
No, it is.
No new maths. Okay, so what's the coordinates of W? How would you find the coordinates? Amaro?
Yes.
The coordinates of
We
W.
have x, right?
Mhm.
It's and then for y we just sub it into this formula that we got for this line.
Mhm.
Then we'll get what.
So what do you get? I want you guys to be proactive. You must be solving it.
Okay. I got -8.
Okay. Sounds right. Anybody else get that?
Yep.
Is it -8? Yeah, minus 30 over 4. Yeah, minus 15. Yes. Okay. You guys seem very quiet today.
I have a question.
Yes.
Could we use the method Sabir said at the beginning also, where we use the circle formula, right? And then where we see why we sub in the equation of the tangent, but in the same way, like we solve it like this, but use a
It
circle?
actually, but you have to include W in some way, remember? Oh yeah, you would be including W because okay,
Could
let's
be. Yes, right?
let's put it this way. Let's put it that way. You're looking for the line that intersects the circle. So you would want to put an equation. It would actually be a bit longer, I think. Because it's where, yeah, well, it's where the circle intersects the tangent. Yeah, that actually is true. But now the equation of the circle, remember, did I tell you how the circle equation is derived? I think I did tell you. Or does anybody remember? Iman? Anybody remember? It's derived from distance formula.
I remember.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. You did.
Okay, so
tell us.
you will actually use this very similar equation. Yeah. So you would just say, Nafisa, that, okay, it would be x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals 100. And we know that we've already got a point on here that is, we've got an x and a y value already because we've got the 2 and the minus 2. So it would be 2 minus a plus minus 2 minus b. And then, but remember again, do you see here? You have two variables. So the way you solve that, Nafisa, is that you find the equation of the line of W. So you relate A to B. Do you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Which is what we've done here. So you come back to it again.
The same, yeah.
Okay. That's not the last question, Amaro. There's another one, 5.4. Trying to read that
Yeah.
one?
Just give me a second, please. I just want to close the door because there's a lot of noise outside.
Okay.
Okay, so 5.4. Okay, so it says the point Q has been added to the diagram on the smaller circle.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we can see that. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay.
With chord QP perpendicular to the x-axis at T.
So what does that mean, perpendicular to the x-axis? To the what? X-axis? No. It's the y-axis. Do you see that? Not
Yeah.
x-axis. It's a mistake there. Okay.
No,
10.
but don't they mean the x?
Oh, did they say perpendicular? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I thought I said parallel. Sorry.
Not parallel.
Sorry.
Oh.
But it's still gonna be 90 degrees. Okay, so it's gonna be 90 degrees there. The point R is also added to the smaller circle. An angle PQR is formed. So you guys see this is like a chord here. Okay. Determine the size of PRQ. So they want you to work out the size. Okay. So they want this over here. Any ideas? Alia, any ideas?
We have to use gradient. Then we have to use tan theta is equal to m. Then we work out the one side, and then You do the same
Okay,
with the other.
you want to use angle of inclination.
Yep. Maybe.
But to
I don't know.
do that, what do you need to do that?
Gradient. So we need another point, but we don't know the points of R and
So that's not something you can do right now.
yeah.
So there's a couple of things that they've told us here that I want us to dissect. Perpendicular to the x-axis, what does that mean?
Forms a 90-degree angle.
Yeah, but what do you know about vertical lines?
No gradient.
Gradient.
Well, there's other stuff.
And have the same x-axis.
They're the same?
X-axis.
Not
X
x-axis,
value.
x
Why?
value.
Why?
Right. No, x-axis.
So we know the x value of q.
We could also find the y because from M to Q is the radius, so we can use the circle equation to get the y value there.
Yes, well done. Do you see how we're building now? Do you see this? Just one statement we're building from that. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
That's why you have to read and always try and see maths as a language. They're trying to tell you something. They're trying to tell you, and you have to ask yourself, what are they trying to tell me? It's like when you go to a painting. How many of you guys go to First Thursdays? Do you guys do that in town?
No.
It's a university thing, I think. And you know that. Like the things are half price, like the. But when you go, have any of you guys gone to an art gallery?
There's one in town. Close to waterfront.
Have you? Okay, but when you go, have you gone to?
Yeah, I went once.
Okay, so when you look at a painting, what's the most important question that you have to ask yourself?
That is always like a meaning behind it.
What's the author trying to tell me? Do you agree? Not who made the painting,
Yeah.
or what's the size of the painting? What's this guy trying, or what's this woman? What's this person trying to tell me? You see? So think of that as your maths questions also. What is the person who wrote this question trying to tell me when they say it's perpendicular to the x? They're trying to tell me that the x values are the same. Do you see that? So do you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. So that's how you must see maths. Okay. So Ayan wanted to work out the coordinates of Q. That's fine. How would you work that out, Ayan? Ayan?
I think that was a zone of me.
What? Oh,
I think-
Zaid.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
who's
man,
Zaid?
they sound the same. So we have the equation of the circle, the small circle. We just put Q's x value into that equation and we work it out. And then we'll have the y value.
Yeah, so can you do that for me?
Okay, no problem.
So all you're doing is that you're subbing 2 into this equation over here. So let's just move that away. No. No. Okay, it's fine. So the equation of the small circle is y, as Amaro said in the beginning, it's y x plus 2 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 25. So Z is just subbing in the x value of 2. And what are the y values, Uzair? Zaid?
I, I'm just 1 minute, just 1 minute.
I got 4 and -2.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Do you understand why you got -2?
Yep, because it's P's coordinate, Y coordinate.
Yeah, so it makes sense. So now you know you got it right. You got, you know. Okay. Then they also tell me that okay, you've got a tangent. So what do you know about tangents and chords?
Perpendicular to the radius.
What else?
The angle
The angle
between
between
the
the
tangent and
tangent and the chord is
equal to the interior opposite.
interior. Yeah.
That was weird. Okay. So are you guys together? Sorry.
No, we just spoke at the same time.
Okay. So basically, do you agree this is also blue? If this is blue, then that's blue.
Yes.
So do you agree if we work out that, then we've worked out R?
Yep.
Okay. So can we work out this? Can you work out this angle here?
Yes, you can use the.
We want to work just to make it easier for ourselves. We want to work out this angle. Can we work out that angle?
Can't you?
Yes, you can actually.
Oh,
Okay,
Can't you find
so
the gradient of the tangent there and then -90?
yeah,
there we go.
because I
Well
see a
done.
small triangle. Yeah.
So there's a 90-degree triangle. So if you were to find the gradient, I'm assuming you mean angle of inclination.
Yes.
Okay. So then you would just make a horizontal line. Because if you found the angle of inclination, it's going to be the angle between this line over here, because the tangent is here, just so that you guys can see it clearly. Here's the tangent. So you want to see the angle that the tangent makes with the horizontal line, which would be this. But since this is 90, you just say 90 minus that. So what's the gradient of the tangent? What did we say?
4/3.
So what's the angle of inclination? Tan theta equals the gradient. Grade 11 concept math for those watching on the YouTube. What's the angle?
53.13 degrees.
And then 90 minus that. 46.87.
36,86.
36.
All right.
36. No, so that's 90. Sorry. 36,87 is that. But that, using Tancourt theorem, is equal to that. And that's your answer. Do you see how it's almost like we're going on a journey with these maths questions? You guys play that game, we've done that in like Amazing Race.
Like a treasure.
Treasure Hunt, sorry. And then every way they give you clues, right? They give you clues. Now the same thing with maths. But the clues are just in here. And you have to find what do the clues mean. And the only way you can determine what the clues mean is if you understand the language. So that's why, when people ask you what languages do you speak, I say, okay, English, Afrikaans, and a bit of maths. So it's just what's that joke, man, that people, my teacher, it was on the wall, man. What was the it's like a romantic one. No, okay, it's not. I can't remember it. It was just a nice chick joke. Okay, yeah. If I said what sine b over cos over tan b equal to?
It's a
Sine b over cos b. Oh, tan b. Okay. Wouldn't you say sine b is okay?
it's cos of b.
It's cos
Because
b. Yeah, then they put a picture of Bill Cosby there. Bill Cosby. So, yeah, so, but then not everybody got it, man. So it's just like, anyway. So
That's such a
man,
it's a bad joke. It's a bad joke.
that's a bad joke.
seriously can't laughing.
I think, is it because it's a Friday, you guys are just not energetic?
It's been a tough week, eh?
Why has it been a tough week?
Because we're like stressed and we're trying to study for mocks because it's like just now and we're not ready. And yeah,
But for maths, I feel like you are
I don't know.
more comfortable now with the maths.
For paper
Kind of,
one,
yeah.
I'm ready, but paper two, I'm not ready at all.
But remember, guys, every question that we've done, I've shown you that it's just the concepts. If you master the concepts, then there can never ever be a question that you can't answer.
Yeah,
That's
but like I feel like identifying the stuff like in the exam is so like difficult because like whenever we write in like literally I'll do it. I know I got the wrong answer. I won't get it. For example, Euclidean. But then immediately after I go like after the exam, I'm like, oh, that's how you did it. Literally, it's. I don't
that's
know
why you have to try and compose yourself in the exam. And because the thing is, when you stress, like, you know, you miss things. Do you see how with these questions, I don't rush it? Do you guys see that? I don't rush the questions. I break it down because everything has meaning, and we take it from there. And that's what I want to show you, is that you mustn't be afraid now, because if you know the concepts, then that will give you that sense of security that, listen, they can't ask me anything else. If it's Euclidean, they can't ask you anything besides the theorems. Am I right? Iman?
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So if you know theorems, you can say it can only be one of these. And the same thing with analytical geometry. It can only be what they've taught me. And what they've taught you is housed in the concept videos. So it can only be, that's why if you want to picture that mind map in your brain, if you want to think, okay, one of those. And the thing is, like, you have 3 hours, right? Which is, it's not that short, it's quite long. So there is time to think, that's what I'm trying to say. Right? Is it frozen?
No, we can hear you.
Okay. So that's why I'm trying to do this to comfort you, to show you that every question that we are doing, it's never ever something which is beyond the syllabus. It's always just the concept, but maybe just a tweak here and there. But if you know the concept, that will not be a problem. Okay.
But
So Amaro, do you
Nafias,
want? Yes. Yes.
do you think we are still going to write our exams? Do you think
I
after
think
all this delaying that it's still going to happen?
Yeah, but like how else are we gonna get into university? So
My
you seem very
mentality, the
determined.
mentality I would advise for you is study as if you are going to write.
Mm.
And if you don't, then that's that's how it is. But don't be unprepared and then find out that you're going to write.
Mm.
Rather be
Because
prepared and
you
then
seem very determined to make us finish like this year.
yeah, so I think rather just be prepared, and if something does happen, if there is a second surge like what happened in the United States, um, then obviously things might change. But
I guess
for now,
even if we don't write like now, we'll probably write next year because we can't go into university, which is like our March marks. That's what I think.
yeah. But also remember, I mean, like there is a delay already, right? There is already a delay. So like you do actually have more time in a way.
Yeah, which is like super great.
Yeah.
I mean, you say like it sounds like we have more time, but in reality, we were pushed back a lot, so we kind of still have the same amount of time because most people weren't learning. I mean, if you look at like in terms of underprivileged students and all of that. So
Yeah, but I mean, like with the Islamic students, you guys didn't stop.
oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so obviously is you did point it out there's a lot of inequality, unfortunately, and that's just a challenge that we have to try and solve. But I mean, these inequalities have existed long before the pandemic, and it's one of the reasons Tutonic was started was to reach out to students um, who can't necessarily afford mainstream tuition and are looking for a quality option. But that's just the problem. We couldn't solve our inequalities before the pandemic. So what makes us think that we can solve them now during the pandemic? You know? Would you agree with that?
No, it's very
Yep.
true.
I don't think it's necessarily like. Sorry.
No, you're saying we just have to finish this question because there is 15 minutes left.
Okay, then still a question. Oops.
But we can chat afterwards. um, okay. So, okay. Amaro, take us through this question. For somebody who's watching this for the first time, quadratic equations.
That is Nafisa.
Sorry, Nafisa.
That's my question. Okay. So they gave you a quadratic sequence. That means there's a first difference and a second difference.
What's the feature of a
And
quadratic sequence? What's the defining feature?
these
What's the-
Constant second difference.
A constant second difference.
Yeah.
Just like with arithmetic, constant first difference. Geometric constant. Ratio. Yeah. So, okay, okay, what did you do when you wanted to?
To work out the general term, I worked out the first difference and then the second difference, and then I worked out A, B, and C.
Yeah, so what's the first difference here?
It's 17 and 15
Yeah, and what's the second difference?
minus 2.
Okay,
And then you say 2a is equal to negative 2, therefore a is equal to negative 1. And then you
good.
say 3a plus b
So
equals
this
17.
is just to say that this equals 2a, yeah? So a equals minus 1.
And then 3a plus b equals 17. Then you sub in A into the equation, then you get B is equal to 20.
Yeah.
And then A plus B plus C is equal to 0, and -1 plus 20 plus C, and then you get -19. C is equal to
Okay.
-19. Yeah.
Okay. How did you know this was 3a plus b?
Because that is how the quadratic thingy works.
Okay. So do you know what this is? The expression for this? Did they teach you how to? So, because what I'm trying to say is that, let's say they never gave you 17. They only told you this one.
Mhm.
Does anybody know what the expression is for the second term, the second first difference? Alia, do you know?
Wouldn't it be the same?
No.
I don't know.
No.
No, the second difference is equal to A.
2a.
2A, yes, sorry, 2A.
It's 2a and then 3a plus b and then a plus b plus c.
For this one. But my question to you, what is this? Because you've memorized, you've memorized this number. Okay, yeah?
Isn't that 2a plus b?
No.
Oh.
This is 3a plus b.
A
Oh,
plus B
that's the isn't that
3A
plus B
plus
plus
B
C.
plus C. No. Yes.
Yeah,
is
A
this?
plus
B plus C.
C.
Yes.
What is it?
A plus
3A
A
plus B
plus-
plus C.
No, that's this. That's the first term.
It's A plus B plus C.
Which is that?
Yeah, for
But
C.
I'm asking you, what is this?
Oh.
isn't it 4a plus b?
No, really.
Oh.
3A plus B plus
2A.
2A
Which is?
equals to 15. No? Yes?
What is 3a plus b plus 2a?
Oh, 5A plus B.
Yes.
Oh.
5a plus b.
Ah, okay.
What's the next one?
7A plus B. Oh. Okay.
Do you guys understand now?
Yep.
Do you know why you, okay, did they, okay, let me quickly, just quickly, it's important for you to understand. What's the general formula for quadratic sequence? What's the general formula?
N squared plus B n plus C.
An squared, right? Not n squared. An squared plus bn plus c. If I sub in n to be 1, what do I get? What do I get if I sub in n to be 1?
A squared plus B plus C.
No, n to be 1. Anyone? Naima? Iman? Just sub in 1 to that. Zay?
A plus B plus C.
Do you now understand why the first term is a plus b plus c?
Oh yeah.
Ah.
Smart.
Sub in 2 into the equation.
3A plus B.
No. Sub in 2.
4a
4a plus 2b plus c. Oh my god, I didn't know you could do that. I just memorized the stuff.
Now subtract these two. What do you get?
Nah.
3a plus b.
Dude.
Oh my god,
Oh.
no, that was so easy.
Wow.
What's the third term of the quadratic sequence?
9a plus 3b plus c.
Subtract this and this.
5a plus b.
Now
Oh,
subtract these two.
Oh my word!
2a.
2a.
Wow. This is so
Mind
pretty.
blown.
Mind.
This is the stuff, man. This is the stuff of maths. This is what
I
math
hate it
is.
when they don't explain it and then you must just memorize.
No,
Like
they
I
did
never
it.
knew
so
this
much to
until
learn like
today.
this.
This is the fun part, man. This is what makes it interesting. So now do you understand why it's 5a plus b? We're not
Yeah.
making this stuff up here. This is actually like, so if I asked you what's the ninth term of a quadratic sequence, you would say 9 into that formula. So it's 81 plus 9b plus c.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're not wrong by saying you can memorize it. But then when you give somebody a question, when you ask them, okay, what's this one? Then they're like, oh flip, I don't know that. You see, because when you understand, then it opens up so many more doors for you. Okay. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So what did you get for the general formula of the sequence? Oh, we have it here actually. Okay, sir. What was the general formula?
Minus n squared plus 20 in minus 19.
Yeah, okay. Minus n squared, so I'm just erasing this. Minus n squared plus 20n minus 19, right? Tn. Okay, and then the second question?
You just make 56 equal to the general formula, and then you get
Or how did you know that? Why can't we sub in 56 here?
because they
How did
ask
you?
which term in the quadratic sequence has the value of 56.
And this is the
So,
value.
yeah.
Great. Well done. Okay. So you'll be surprised. People get confused about that. So what did you get?
I got n equals 5 or n equals 15.
Ah, okay. So there's two answers. And notice how they say terms in the question. You see that? Sneaky. It's almost like they're telling you. Okay. And now they say hence. Now that's interesting, eh? Hence. What does hence mean?
Using the information that you
Use the previous answers to answer that.
Oh, sorry. I realized something now. Wow. Okay. So, okay. What type of graph is this? So I'm true for you. What type of graph is this?
A parabola.
Yeah.
Right. What type?
A frowning.
Okay, great. Okay, you can see I'm not an artist. Okay, there. Okay. And okay, so now does anybody want to interpret for me what does this mean? The sigma notation. Does anybody want to?
Notation actually means the sum of.
Yes. So what does? Okay. So what does this statement here mean?
I guess we have to find the sum of the one, and then we can find the sum of the other term, and then we can subtract both. I think.
Yeah. Say it again.
I said I think we can find the sum of the one term and then find the sum of the other term and just subtract both.
But just quickly, like, interpret this for me. What does this mean? Like, that's maths, but translated to English.
Like the whole.
What is it? What is this? What does this statement here mean? Anybody want to help her?
There are 10 terms in the first sigma,
Mm.
and it starts by 5.
Not 10 terms.
Sorry,
No,
9.
is it
9.
5? 10 minus 5 plus 1, so 6.
So 6.
Oops. And then it starts by 5.
And ends at
Oh,
10.
and can't you also see, right, that if you're going to sub in 5, right, and you go to the previous equation and you see it's 56, and then for the second one you sub in 15, so you know that it will be 56 minus 56. So like
No,
the
no,
last.
no, 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 because this is only 1. That's only n equals 5 starts with.
Oh, okay.
But you are onto something, and this is why I was so excited. Okay, carry on. So, okay, Imaro, just say something here. So, I mean, just finish. So you're summing up this quadratic formula from when n is 5 up to when n is 10. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
And then they want you to sum up from when n is 11 to when n is 15. But what is the y value when n is 15?
And we substitute for x, the n, and then we work out y.
Yeah, but you worked it out already.
56.
So
56.
5 15.
15.
What's the y value?
56, isn't?
No, it's the term number of 56, isn't it?
Yeah, so
that's
it's x value. The n is the x in the equation. So they are asking you minus minus. Sure. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. So it's really exciting. Yeah. Now this is okay. Do you agree that when x is 6 and when x is 14, they're gonna have the same y value?
Yes.
Because it's symmetry, right? When
Yeah.
x is 7 and 13, they're gonna have the same y value. When x is 8 and 12, they're gonna have the same y value. When x is 9 and 11, they're gonna have the same y value. So what you left with? What you left with? Guys?
10.
10. Because 10 is the turning point.
Oh my god, that makes sense.
And what does this sigma notation say? What is it saying? No, what is the sigma notation of VO saying?
That you must minus it.
Minus what? Minus what?
The sum
Yeah.
of that
The
minus
sum,
the sum.
the sum of this, the y values, right? This, and this, minus that, and that. But that equals that equals that equals that equals that. So they cancel. And you're just left with 10.
Right.
Oh, I see.
The boys just disappeared.
Oh, they said they had to go. I think they had to leave.
You guys have like a separate group.
No.
Where did they say they're going to do it?
Oh, Uze just messaged me. He had to go. He said, "I'll send a picture of this." Oops.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're not really friends with the boys. I mean, me, sorry.
Yeah, okay. You can tell me the actual answer when I turn off the live stream. Um,
There is no
uh,
actual answers, you know.
okay. So do you guys see that we're basically summing up the y values for 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10, right? And then we have to sum up 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. But 11 and 9, 12 and 8, 13 and 7, 14 and 6, 15 and 5 are the same. So when we subtract them, we're just left with the 10. I want to know if I'm making sense.
Yes.
One person.
Yeah.
I
So,
get it
so
now,
in the
but
exam,
yeah, in the exams, like how would I know?
so do you show the, like the
So, okay,
parabola? Like,
let me just say something here. Does it sense hence or otherwise? Do you see that?
yeah.
So you could just sub in. The easy way is just to sub in.
Mm.
And just say 5, sub in 5, sub in 6, sub in 7, sub in 8, sub in 9, sub in 10, right? Then subbing 11, 12, 13, and then just subtract. That's easy. But what I'm trying to show you is that there's a faster way if you draw the graph. Let's try it. Let me prove it to you. Sub in 5, what do we get? 56. Sub in 6. Okay, sub in 15. What do we get? Actually, no. Sub in 5, what do we get? Sub in 6, what do we get?
103.
103. Sub in 7.
110.
110. Sub in 8.
115.
Okay. 9.
118.
And 18 and then 10. 119. All right.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Then sub in 11. It's 118.
Yep.
Okay. Sub in 12.
115. Oh, we're going back.
Sub in 13.
110, and then the next would be 103, and then
3 and
60.
then 50. Okay,
Yeah.
no.
They're asking
Oh,
you to
okay.
subtract.
Yeah.
And then you'll just be left with 119. So that's a perfectly fine way of doing it. But I'm trying to show you graphically. If they told me that 5 and 15 both give me 56, then that means by symmetry, 6 and 14 must be the same. 7 and 13 must be the same. 8 and 12 must be the same. 9 and 11, and then 10 is going to be on its own. Do you see that? Tabitha?
So,
Yes, Elias.
I mean, yes, I'm confused, right? On my calculator, when I subbed in 5, I got 56, but then when I subbed in 6, I got 65.
Are you sure? Did you? I just
Yes.
followed what Alia said.
I'm sure, because if it gave me 56 for 5, then if I subbed in 6, it gave me 65.
I got 103. I subbed it in again. So 6 squared minus 6 squared plus 20 times 6 plus 19.
Put in brackets. They put in brackets, right?
Yeah,
Put in
I
brackets
did.
minus. minus
Isn't it minus 19?
For what?
It's not plus 19. At the end, it's minus 19.
I put minus 19.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, it's my error. My equation.
Minus 19, not plus 19.
Silly idea. Yeah, it is 65.
Okay.
Whoopsies.
Is everything else wrong?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's fine though, because she just got the equation wrong though.
I'm sorry.
Okay. It just means that we have to subtract 38, all of them. Yeah, subtract 38. Okay. 62, right? No, 72. Next one. Right? I'm trying to use mental maths here. 180, then it's 80. No, sorry. It's
77.
77. And then if you sub in the other one, 76. 77. Then 70, then 80.
Yes.
And then 81 for T10.
Yes.
Okay. But do you guys see it's the same principle, right? Same principle. And over here, it's 56, 65, 72, 77, 80. And then you're left with 81 is your final answer. Is everybody happy?
But now, how would we write this in the answer?
Yeah, I mean, I would even draw the graph. You could draw the graph and say, look, since by symmetry, they must be equal. Look, I mean, the thing is, they say hence or otherwise. So it's not like there's only one way to do it, right? You see, it's not like it's just one way to do it. You can do this way, but I'm just trying to show you that when they say hence, that tells you that there is a way to do it using the previous answer. And the way is this way. You see? Naima, Amaro, Fisa, Alia, Sabika, talk to me. Alia?
Yep, I understand.
It's a good question, but do you guys see again how it's nothing new here? It's nothing new. It's just, even if you didn't want to draw the graph, you could have just subbed it in, right? Okay, so that's sigma notation. There's another question, I think. Another sigma notation. Okay, it looks like a bit of an interesting one. I haven't looked at it before. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm assuming, Amaro, do you want 3.4 and 3.5?
It's 3.4.
Okay, just 3.4. Okay. Okay. So I want you to tell me, what do you understand by sigma notation? Like, how would you explain what's going on here to me?
Okay, so sigma notation is basically to find the sum. So it's like a direct order, like you have to find the sum when you see the sigma notation. Okay, and also they give us k is equal to 1 at the bottom. So what we can do to find the terms is we have to substitute the 1 into the brackets where they give us.
And what do we
And
get?
yeah, that's where I got stuck. But okay, so yeah, and we know that the number of terms is 2. So basically, what I
Three
did.
terms. 3 terms.
Oh yeah,
Three.
sorry. 3. Okay, so what I did is 1 plus 2. So I've substituted to find the first term. 1 plus 2p, and then I said 1 plus 2p is equal to 24. I'm not sure if that is right.
No.
To
So
find-
remember, they're saying the sum is equal to 24. So the
Oh.
first term, won't it be 1 plus 2p?
Yeah.
What's the second term?
2 plus 2p.
What's the third term?
3 plus 2p.
And this sum equals 24.
Oh.
What's 1 plus 2 plus 3? 6. What's 2 times plus 6p? Equals 24. 6p equals 18. P equals?
Three.
Okay. Is everybody comfortable with sigma notation?
Kind of.
Kind of. What's not what you're not sure about?
I do understand this, but I just get confused when I find some questions in the past paper which are like complicated.
But remember, the notation is exactly the same.
Yeah, true. And like sometimes it's just given, but I just can't see. Like it takes a minute. I don't know if you saw. I think a few days ago I asked the question. It was like so simple, but I couldn't see. And then when you guys told me, okay, just have to do this, and then I got it immediately.
For the geometric series -3.
That was like serious. Then I was like, how did I not get it? Because I spent I don't know how long trying to see like the ratio or the common difference, and I couldn't.
No, it's not an obvious one, but look, now that you've seen it, you won't forget it.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a time for me that I had to. We all were there at one stage where there was a time when I didn't know about that type of sequence, and I had to learn it. But now you know it, so you won't forget it. Yeah.
Yes,
So
can you just explain one more time when we are supposed to follow this? Like, when?
What do you mean when? What do you mean when?
Is it like when must we do this when they give you what the equation is equal to or something?
What do you mean? I'm not sure if I follow what you're saying.
I also don't know what I mean. It's fine. It's like I didn't think that we would have to like add up.
Whenever they give you sigma notation, I always write it out. It's always better to write it out. Just like with the previous question, didn't we write it out?
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea to write it out, because then you start to see, the different patterns. Yeah. Any last questions?
Nope.
What are you guys doing later this evening?